Welcome back. Welcome to part 5. I almost didn't do this one. There are two reasons really. The first one is it's actually been 5 months since part 4. This is part 5. I thought part of the fun of Neofly is actually working things out yourself, testing and coming up with your own strategy. However, it was requested. Couple of guys on the comments of part 4. We're looking forward to the next one, and so yeah, it's nice to have great feedback. So yeah, good, looking forward to this one. This will be part 5 in this series, and we'll essentially be covering what to do when you reach your second officer. Yes, indeed, folks, I've reached second officer, and you'll see I'm a fair way past second officer, about a quarter through. The reason I didn't, mess about with changing planes, etc. until then is you need to have, I got carried away and flew on a bit further, so I'm now at 361,000. You need to have money in your bank in order to obviously spend it and use it in your market. Okay, so there's no point having spending all your money on a big plane if there's nothing left to actually buy and sell in marketplaces. So I intentionally didn't change, for example, my AI pilot and get a new plane in until this point now, and this is what we're going to be covering today. Also, of course, there's different jobs available. If we go to myself here, you'll notice now available where, hey, you've got sensitive cargo, you've got express cargo, illicit cargo. No, that was already there. Oh, hazardous cargo, we'll have some of that. Second officer, cadet. Just check through these, see which one's a second officer or cadet. Those are already in there. I think that's it really. Here's your advertising, parachutist, sorry, and advertising. Not really my cup of tea, so I tend to disable those two. So yeah, that's the status. I'm on 361,000. Those are various new jobs here, and now it is time to, if you like, level up. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of my man here, Ghost Rider. So if we go to here, staff, yeah, staff, and bye Ghost Rider, which is this one here. Fire this pilot. So he's gone. Now, of course, we need to replace him. So we click on here, View Pilot Market. Now, I'm not going to pick the best pilot. I'm going to pick the second best because I want my best pilot to fly in a different plane. I'm going to add another. With second officer, you can have 2. Not sure how many you can, but you can certainly have 2 AI pilots. So I'm going to use this guy for a new plane that I'm going to show you in a minute. So we're going to take Bulldog. Now notice the class of planes he can, or the qualifications he's got. He can fly up to C class. So that's what we want to look at, new plane wise. But first of all, let's get him there. So let's hire this pilot. And we want to send him to wherever it is here, which is EDDG. So click back on that, send him to EDDG. Go. So when I click on this, I can see him there. Now, I'm not going to swap out this plane. I want, if you like, a bush plane, just in case I come across some cigars or some pilts, as they call it, because I want to make sure, excuse me, that they are an option. Because if you look on, if you recall here, this chart, by the way, if you haven't seen it on previous videos, I suggest you take a snapshot and keep this at your desktop. So yeah, Pilts and cigars, these are the red items you see. They have a significantly high dollars per pound in weight, so the profit margins there are very good indeed, and you want a plane to be able to take them. Now if you get yourself a C-class plane, then they're not likely to going to be able to land on the airports which have them, which are normally category A, category B airports. So it's wise to keep, you know, some kind of bush plane there. So that's why I'm not just swapping that plane out, I'm going to add another. So here he is. Here's my Bulldog. I notice actually my plane needs some TLC. We're down to 76%, so let's get him back to 100. It's going to cost a bit, but c'est la vie. My engine. Always check this now and then, because if you get something like below 70%, then it can influence whether they complete jobs or not. So right, what do we want to do now? Well, we want to get ourselves a new plane and a new pilot. So first of all, let's look at our plane. So plane wise, here's a little tip. Here's your little plane market here. So you click here, and if you go in this box at the top and then just press spacebar and return. Now what it will do is it will list all the planes that are available for rent and purchase. Now the next thing you do is you want to click on category. Now if you recall, the top pilot, if you like, is qualified up to C category. So if we scroll down, we're looking for a C-class plane. I'm actually going to skip B altogether and go straight to C, because we do have enough money to rent at least a C-class plane. Now here we have all our C's. Got TBM. They're not much good for market runs. They're fast, but pretty much useless for market runs. If you look on the top right, you see the payload here. We want really 3,000 plus payload. Now you have got the option of these pilotless planes. They have 3,070 useful load, but there is better out there, folks, and better out there in this case would be the Grand Caravan. That's the one I want, but I want to rent a Grand Caravan. Hopefully there's one to rent somewhere. I don't think there is actually. Oh no. Next best thing. Oh dear, I haven't got a Grand Caravan to rent. Right. Okay. 3,657. What about a Kodiak? Don't forget, you don't have to own this plane. If you go on the settings, you can pick whatever planes you like, and it will populate in the system. So a Kodiak 100, which I do happen to own, is only a couple of hundred less. So well, a couple of £100 less. So why not? Normally, I would actually fly on, do a couple of jobs with him, and then check again on the marketplace, on the airport marketplace, and wait for a Grand Caravan. But for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the next best thing, which is the Kodiak 100, and we're going to rent him out. He's also, by the way, significantly cheaper, I think. Grand Caravan here is to rent. Oh, we don't know, because it's not in there available as rent, but I believe it's about 30,000-40,000 more to rent out. So we want yeah, well, EDGS, we'll take this one here, why not? And we will rent him, and it's going to cost us 243,000. So we're going to be left with about 87,000-90,000 to play with, which isn't a great deal, but we can remedy that a little bit later. So we're going to rent him out. So he's now at EDGS. Okay. Now, obviously, at this stage, I haven't got a pilot for him. So let's click here. Let's click here, and let's get ourselves a new pilot. And the best in the business, at least second officer, is Crunch. So we'll have you, Crunch, hire this pilot. 900, that's fine. Always get the best pilot for the job. Don't worry about whether it's 800 or 700. So he's at EDFV. And I want him to be at EDGS. So if we go back here, let's send him to EDGS. Boom. Not a lot, so there we are. Now, while we're here, or as I say, when you get new exchange, excuse me, exchange your AI pilots, you want this ticked off. So as we're here, we'll do that now. Okay, and now we'll go back up to our hangar. So we should have, when I click on this, Crunch should be available. Yay, there he is. Okay, so we got this guy and we got this guy. Now notice, I mentioned this in a previous video, when you buy a new plane, always try, and you always end up with about half fuel, so reduce the fuel to really the minimum you're going to need, which is about there really. About there's fine. So what does that do? It gives you more weight for market trading. Okay, so we're starting to get where we want to be. Eventually, of course, the goal is to swap out my own plane. I'm currently in a Skyhawk, which capacity is pretty poor. So we want to get some money really to swap that out. Now, talking of money, these are pretty much set up to go. You could do with a little bit more fuel. We'll give them a bit more fuel there. This one's fine. Right, so these are pretty much set up to go. But we've only got 83,000 to play with. Now, when you reach second officer, you have the opportunity to take out another loan. Here we've got, we should have paid that off a while ago, to be honest, but here we have another loan possibility of 150,000. So let's take it. Pump. Do you really want to take this loan? Yes, I do. So we're back up now to 233,000. To be honest, I may as well pay this one off. So let's pay that off. Do you want to repay this loan? Yeah. Now I could, in fact, add another 20,000 by taking this loan out again. To be honest, why not? Let's take out 50,000. So here we are now with 252,928. In our hangar we have 2 AI pilots. We got the Kodiak, which 3,480 pounds. That's a decent capacity. Our X Club for our red items, our piltzers and the rest of it, and myself. So let's program it in here, set him up for this guy's first job. So click on Marketplace. Oh, look at this, folks. We've got phones. So as I say, a rule of thumb I have is if I've got phones and other high value items or high profit margin items such as caviar, such as wine and whiskey, I'll tend to just do a market run. Because I haven't really calculated it out exactly, but the way I'm thinking is, the actual profit margin on these may well outweigh what you can get on a mission plus maybe a lesser value item at the destination of the mission. So I'll always tend to go to market runs on when I've got high value items like phones in. So right, phones, let's have a look around. Now don't forget, by the way, you're now in a different plane. You're in a category C plane. So you need to check that you've got a runway length. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It may well be 2,400 or 2,000. Not sure, but we can find out. If we right click here, we got phones pretty close by. So let's not fill them all. We may as well share them out. So here we go, phones. let's have, if you look here, you can see how much I'm loading. So we'll put about half in there. It's about 150. Yeah, that'll do. 18 phones, not a great deal. But as I haven't got a great deal of money, so we'll go in there. Phones, in you go. And now we'll see if he's going to accept it. As I say, if you look here, you'll see it says runway length 2031. It may or may not be too short a runway for the Kodiak 100. I think it might be okay though. So create transit mission. Right click, create transit mission. Yes, I do. And then we'll click up here and see if he goes. If he doesn't, we'll have to get rid of that job. Way away he goes. So yeah, up to 2,000. You're all right with 2,000, and you find that out by hovering over. Okay, it may well be less, 1,800 or whatever, but 2,000, and you're pretty much safe for a Kodiak 100 runway length minimum, if you like. Okay, so he's off doing his thing. We've got 76,528 left. So let's now sort out what's his face here, Bulldog. Now Bulldog's not got a great deal of high value items, so let's check up here. I don't want him going, he's in an X cub, so you know I want to reduce that down to really about 80. Bloody hell, that's sensitive. Yeah, about there will do. And sort it by reward. Excuse me. EDHR. Yeah, we'll send him on a EDHR run. And let's actually check to see if EDHR, EHDR, sorry, and EDWK, which one has perhaps items. EDHR. So I've got mechanical parts that I can also sell as part of it. Depends how much weight I go over. Probably not a lot. And what was the other one? EDWK. EDWK. Oops, what have I done there? EDWK. Cigarettes. Now cigarettes are pretty decent. So I'm actually going to go to EDWK. It all depends on how much weight it's going to let me have. Oh, not a great deal. So actually, in hindsight, how much weight can I have here? Not a lot. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the top one here. EDHR. Accept the job. Okay, see how much weight we got left. EDHR, and we'll fill it up to the brim with our two mechanical parts. Better than nothing. So yeah, in you go, 20,000. And then because it's a mission job, all you got to do then is just click on this button here, and away he goes. So this leaves me 56,000 to play with for my own flight, which for the purposes of videos, there's no point going on a flight with you. We're here for Neofly, not flying. So what I would normally do, I'd stick in 49. 5 planes and find somewhere close by. Here, for example, fly to EDKI with me 5 phones, and then sell them at EDKI. But I'm in a session, it takes forever, and I haven't got too long to make this video, so I'm not going to do that flight. We're going to leave a bit of money in there, which may be useful later. So we'll let them go on their merry way. If you want to see how they're doing, you can click on this here, and then you can zoom in and check out, where are they? They're up here. If you hover your mouse just on the corner there, if you look at right at the end there, it says 1404. Now that is actually it's I'm in Germany. It's 13:26 now, 14:04. So yeah, it's going to be a little while, about 20 minutes or so on that one. This one, 13:29. So in 3 minutes he's going to land. So when Crunch lands, we'll come back to it, and yeah, we'll go through the next phases. So yeah, see here, Crunch is coming in to land now, and while he's doing that, let me just explain pretty much the next phase. The next phase is, of course, to swap this plane out. Now, I want to swap this. I'm actually going to skip my own plane category B. So I'm currently a Class A, Category A plane in my Cessna Skyhawk, and my next plane I want to be a well, I'll show you the Caravan. Okay, so what I'll do is, of course, I'll go and buy a Caravan. Before I do so, I'm only qualified for basically A class planes. Now I need to change that. I need to qualify for C. So what do? You click on C, see what's available. You can click here, it tells you what's what. So yeah, category C. My suggestion, you don't have to take it, would be to take the category C in a TBM 930. It's very easy to control your descent rate, and you know, it flies like a dream really. So I would suggest taking your category C certification. I'd personally leave out category B altogether and jump straight to C, and take and get in your TBM 930. Take the test until you get your 3 stars. Don't be happy with 1 or 2. Keep going until you get 3, because that significantly increases the rate that your XP will climb, and indeed it does have multiplication factors, or a small one, on the actual jobs, the money you earn, etc. So don't be satisfied with 2, even if it takes you 10 attempts. Keep taking it until you get all 3 stars. As I say, you can use the tool I mentioned in previous videos. The landing monitor can assist you on that one. But yeah, that will be the next step once I've got the money to do so. Now, questioning the money, you know, when these guys get back, they're still obviously going to need money to go on their jobs and continue on their jobs. So I will be looking at probably mission jobs of my own in my Skyhawk, combined with you know, close by high value market jobs, until I reach about the 500,000-600,000 point, and then I'm going to take my test. Well, you can take the test anytime really. Take the test, and then we're going to go over to here, and we're going to just type in caravan, caravan, and press this button here until one of them comes up, but to rent. Okay, now it may mean you need to, you know, at this moment in time there is nothing to rent caravan wise, but I will just hop around, do some jobs, and at every destination I'll check again. Of course, what you also want to be doing, if you recall on I believe it was the previous video, big money is to be made on the explorations. So if we scroll out here, if you go to the flight screen there and just scroll out, you'll find we've got an exploration in Australia. Let's have a laugh, shall we? How much would it cost to transport myself to YSOH? Boom. YSOH. So to actually just to bring myself there, let alone rent a plane when I'm there, it's going to cost me, have a guess in your head, see if you're close. I reckon it's going to be 150,000. See, I don't have enough money anyway to move there. Yeah, but I reckon that's pretty much, normally they say how much it is, but yeah, it's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money to get there. So of course what you're looking for, and do this every day, I believe they change every 24 hours, every day check to see if there's something, if you're around in this radius, then you can afford to do so. Okay, if you're in, say, still in Europe, then it's worthwhile doing. Even if you're in North Africa here, or maybe up in Norway, Sweden, it can still be worthwhile doing. It's going to cost you probably around 40,000-50,000 to get there, but you're looking at a minimum of 4 or 5 gold, which is roughly 200,000. So you're still making quite a good profit on it. Okay, even with moving there and moving back. So yeah, bear that in mind. If it's close by, then somewhere like, I don't know, Czechia, France, whatever, then yeah, don't even hesitate, go and do it. But yeah, right, we should be pretty close to no, he's not quite. What status is he on? No, he's probably unloading. What does it say here? He's taxiing to parking. So the Eagle has landed. Well, at least what's his name? This is Crunch, isn't it? Yeah, Crunch has landed. So phones on board, how many? 18 phones to sell. So yeah, it's just a case of moving the slider up to the maximum it will go. Click on sell. 182,300. Yeah, that'll do. Sell. Excellent. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait because it was a mission. And he's in an X-Cub, that's going to take another 20 minutes or so to land. So we may as well focus back on Crunch here. Now, what have we got in the market? Not a great deal. Medicine is the best one there. If we go back to our chart, medicine is up here, just below cigarettes. So of everything that's in that marketplace to buy, to sell on, medicine is the most profitable. So let's send him on a short flight. While that's going on, right click. I'm going to use around the clock here. Oh, first one there. Now, first one there, but how long? Oh, this should be interesting actually. It's 1,906. Now, I haven't got a list of the actual minimum runway lengths per aircraft. I believe it's more per class than aircraft, but I suspect that's going to be 1,906 is going to be too short, but we'll give it a test. So it doesn't matter if that one doesn't work, there'll be others. So we're going to put in, we may as well put in as many as we can, really. Short hop, so we're going to go up to how many does he want for? Yeah, so if we go up to, yeah, we're doing all right. We can fill the plane, really fill the plane. 293 we've got here. One more. Yeah, we'll leave a little bit, as I say, around half 11 o'clock, in case I need to add more fuel, which I may well do actually. We'll leave it there. So we're going to buy that. And see if it lets us play. So EDFK, right click. Can't remember if I've already done that or not. No. Do you want to create? Yes. And fingers crossed, will my Kodiak be allowed to fly there? Bump. Oh, that's good news. Kodiak, clearly you can go under 2,000 runway length. It'd be interesting to find out. Answer in the comments if anybody knows what the minimum is for a Kodiak 100 runway length. So yeah, away he goes. Obviously, if I wasn't making the video, I'd then just hop in my Cessna and do a couple of rounds and somewhere local. Here I've got phones, for example. 60. How much will 64,000 of phones get me? About what, 6? Yeah, 5 or 6. Or if I've got mission selected, then I'll go on a mission. So here we have the mission. Obviously, make sure you've got all these checked, your potential flights. Now, these hazardous are tricky. You've got 3 things to take care of. You've got to land under 200 feet per minute. You've got your pitch, and you've got your vertical speed rate. I believe that's the vertical speed rate when you land. It should be less than 500, which it should be, really. Anyway, so yeah, you got that. What else as I'm here? What can I go on to explain? Yeah, you've got these rewards, etc. Distances. You can always change these. If you got time, just stick it up there. 198. But in a Skyhawk, traveling 140 nautical miles is going to take you an awful long time. Okay, so which is why I tend not to go on missions for category A flights. The reason is because by the time it takes you to complete the mission, you could have run 2 or 3 potential market runs that are really close by. Okay, so if we look at the market at the moment, as I say, I normally fill them up here with 6 planes and do the little round the clock jobby. I've got a Cessna, so I can land pretty much everywhere. Right click. No, not there. No, not there. No, not there. Interesting that it's got Pilzer there, right? No, not there. Oh, sorry, what was I on about? It was there, wasn't it? I've lost it now. Oh, here we go. So yeah, I would take this little short hop to EDSX and flog the 4. I think I was allowed 6, wasn't I? Six brings to 58,000, leaves about 10,000 left. Well, 6,000 left. So yeah, I would normally take that hop, but for the purpose of this video, I won't bother. You don't want to see. You're not here to see me fly. You're here to learn about Neofly. So right, he's off now. Yeah, join me when essentially both of these guys here have landed. Okay, so you join me again. Our man Crunch has landed, and finally the job we did Bulldog there has also landed. We've had the money for that. Well, it may actually still be unloading. Let's just check if we've got any money from Bulldog. Staff pilot mission, yeah, he's got his 14,000, so we're now on 78,000. Now Kodiak, yeah, he had medicine on board, and let's sell it. Voila. So now we're 275,000. Oh, yeah, we had some of this on board as well, didn't we? How come that's not in there? Oh, okay. 2. That's odd. I thought we had some mechanical parts there. Never mind. Right. So now it's rinse and repeat time, really. So I'm on 275,000, which is roughly what I want to have for the markets. Now what I need to do is, of course, build up my money, build up my experience, which means go on flights myself, and when I'm at around 500,000, I'm going to level myself up, and I'm going to grab myself, well, I'm going to take the C qualification and get myself a caravan, eh? Well, I'm actually out of time. We'll do the certification on the next one. Yeah, hope that was useful. If you liked the video, it was helpful, click like, and don't forget to subscribe for the next one. Have a good one.